Hello, Michigan families. My name is Heather McGuigan. I'm from Livonia, Michigan. I don't live in Livonia, Michigan anymore, but I'm paying very close attention to what's going on there with the schools and the children. I see that Livonia public schools are planning to mask the children, and I observed on the webpage for our group discussion that you're seeking money to get an attorney. And I want to let you know you don't need an attorney to use the law against these criminals that are breaking the school code, right? Cannot put a restraint on a child. They're breaking many laws, acting as medical professionals without a license. Putting a mask on your child is assault, and that is your property. Your children, your offspring, are your property, and they are attempting to administer your property without right. You have signed no contract with the schools. You have signed no contract with the health department. You have signed no contract with the city or the state that states that you are giving them license to perform any type of medical interventions. There is no consent for treatment, and we all know this. What most people don't know is that you don't need an attorney to create documents that state these things, and you don't need an attorney to bring your issue into court. There is a structure to our society, and in that structure, men and women are at the top under God, and beneath us is the Constitution, and beneath that is the government, and beneath that is the municipalities, and beneath that is any of these corporations that are trying to enforce their right on that. And that includes the Bar Association and those corporations. And so when you obtain an attorney, you become subjugated. You become beneath all of those organizations. You lose your status as a man or woman of God, and you lose your power to use the Constitution to keep them in line. That is what the Constitution is for. It is their policy manual. It is what us as men and women under God have to keep them in line. It does not delineate our rights or freedoms. It is what we use against them when they step out of bounds. They all have an oath to the Constitution, all of these public servants, and they all have indemnity bonds. For example, the superintendent of the schools is bonded through the city or the county, and they have to have certain license for their position, and we can threaten those as men and women, not as defendants, not as taxpayers, not as citizens, not as parents. See, even the word parent they've taken. This is a very important time in our life where it's necessary for each man and woman to make their status known. You are way more powerful than you know. These lunatics have no right over your children. They have zero jurisdiction. And I know that these strategies work. I have plenty of evidence to show people that when you give them an affidavit of your status and a notice of claim, they stop putting masks on your children. And if enough parents in one school do this, they'll back down. I'm serious. This is legitimate information. If anyone is interested in finding out how to use the law without an attorney, without spending thousands of dollars for the Bar Association, which any bar attorney is not subject to you. They're subject to the bar first and their clients second. But as a man or woman under God, you don't deal with the rules of civil procedure. They do not apply to men and women of God. So if you're serious and you really want to stop this, you really want to make sure your child is not going to be tortured all day in a face mask, get in touch with me. My contact information will be underneath the description of this video. And I have not done these things myself. I've assisted others in doing them. And I have people, resources all over to help you in doing this. But you can stop this. Nobody can make you do anything. Nobody can make you get a shot. No employer can make you do something unless you signed a contract stating that they had a right to do that, or you are their slave. They cannot make you do these things. They cannot make your children do these things. Public accommodations are not private property. Public schools are not private property. No store, no corporation is private property. And their corporate policies do not apply to you as a patron. There's many, 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 many things that people have been doing that they don't need to do. The problem is that most people don't think you can get around it, but you can. You go over it. We've been above it the whole time.